Hello everyone, welcome to Invest Wisdom channel. In this video, we will talk about what really separates the rich from the poor. If you are new to this channel, like and subscribe to the channel. The gap between the rich and the poor is often ascribed to luck or personal circumstances beyond one's control. In reality, something separates the two groups: their mindset. But is that the case? In this video, Invest Wisdom will talk about the difference between the rich and the poor, their mindset. The rich have a different way of looking at things which sets them apart. So stay tuned because we are going to share with you some eye-opening insights on this topic. First is, the rich believe that they can create their luck. Poor tend to see money as an infinite resource. A critical factor that separates the rich from the poor is their mindset towards money. The rich believe that they can create their luck, while the poor tend to see money as an infinite resource. This difference in thinking significantly impacts how each group approaches life and business. The rich are more likely to take risk, leading to greater rewards. They are also likely to invest in themselves, whether it's through education or personal development. On the other hand, the poor tend to be more cautious with their money. They are less likely to take risks, more likely to save for a rainy day. While the approach can help them from avoiding financial disasters, it also prevents them from achieving more incredible wealth. The rich understand that you have to spend money to make money and are willing to take risks to achieve their goals. This separates them from the poor, who often stay trapped in a cycle of poverty because they are afraid to take chances. Second, the rich always look for improvements. The poor do not seek improvements. The rich always looks for improvements because they understand that to maintain their wealth, they need to continue growing. On the other hand, the poor do not seek improvements because they are content with just getting by. The difference between the two groups is that the rich constantly seek ways to increase their income, while the poor are satisfied with what they have. The rich know that to become wealthier, they need to find new sources of income and invest in new opportunities. On the other hand, the poor are content with surviving from one day to the next. This difference in mindset is what separates the rich from the poor. Third, the rich are committed to being rich. The poor want to be rich. A famous saying is that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. While this statement has some truth, it doesn't not tell the whole story. The fact is, the rich are committed to being rich. They understand that wealth is not an accident, but something that must be actively cultivated. On the other hand, the poor often view wealth as something out of their control. They may believe that the only way to become wealthy is to win the lottery or inherit money from a relative. This difference in mindset is what separates the rich from the poor. The rich know that wealthy must be actively pursued, while the poor mistakenly believe it is beyond their reach. Fourth, the rich don't stop learning. The poor stop as soon as they are out of school. Anyone who wants to succeed in life must be a lifelong learner. That's because the world is constantly changing, and those who don't continue learning will quickly fall behind. This is especially true for the rich. They know that to maintain their wealth, they need to educate themselves on the latest trends and technologies continuously. They read books, subscribe to industry-specific newsletters, and attend seminars and conferences. In contrast, The poor typically stop learning after finishing school. They don't see the importance of continuing their education, so they don't improve their skills or knowledge base. This ultimately leads to them remaining in poverty. Therefore, it's clear that if you want to be successful in life, you need never stop learning. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Fifth, the rich are up for challenges. The poor do not want to get out of their comfort zone. The rich are often up for challenges, while the poor are content to stay in their comfort zone. While there may be some truth to this generalization, it is essential to remember that not all people fit neatly into their category. Many factors can influence a person's willingness to take risk, and income level is just one of them. That being said, some common trends can be observed among those who fall into different socio-economic brackets. The wealthy tend to be more open to new experiences and willing to take on challenges, while the poorest members of society are often content with the status quo. These differences can be attributed to various factors, including education, exposure to new ideas, and access to resources. Whatever the reason is, there is clear that there is a divide between the rich and the poor when it comes to taking risk. Sixth, the rich know that money can work for them. The poor work for money. The rich know that money can work for them. They've created systems and employed people to make their money work for them. They don't have to do the work, they have to oversee it. The poor, on the other hand, work for money. They exchange their time and energy for an hourly wage. It's a never-ending cycle of working to make someone else rich, but it doesn't have to be this way. There are things that the poor can do to change their circumstances. They can start by educating themselves on how money works and how to create systems that work for them instead of against them. With this knowledge, they can make their paths to financial freedom. Seventh, the rich lives in the future, while the poor misses the old days. The rich have always lived in the future. They are the trendsetters, the early adopters, always looking ahead to what's next. The poor, on the other hand, tend to cling to the past. They yearn for the good old days when things were more straightforward and life was more predictable. The rich know that the future is constantly changing and that you must change with it if you want to stay ahead. The poor cling to the past because it's all they know, but the future is always moving forward, whether or not we're ready for it. Those who embrace change will thrive. Those who resist will be left behind. Lastly, eighth, the rich are responsible, while the poor blame other people. The rich are responsible for their wealth. They have worked hard to create opportunities and build their businesses. They have sacrificed their time and energy to create something valuable. On the other hand, the poor often blame other people for their poverty. They see the wealthy as evil or unfair and believe that the government is responsible for their problems. This attitude separates the two groups. The rich become successful because they take responsibility for themselves, while the poor stay stuck because they blame others. The next time you feel like giving up on your dreams, remember that anything is possible with the rich versus poor mindset. The rich and the poor both have access to the same opportunities, but what separates them is how they see them. Which side of the fence are you going to choose? Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, give us a like Subscribe to the channel and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.